We're in my studio in Noida, right on the outskirts of New Delhi.
We're at Bloodywood headquarters right now. I've seen it through the ages and I think it's reflected our journey as well. So yeah, we're on a spaceship in that room.
ये लड़का वोकलिस्ट बढ़िया गाया भाई जो भी है। अरे मजे आ गए, मजे ही मजे। सड़क से उठा फुटपाथ से उठा के स्टार बना दिया।
What is each person's kind of personality like within the band?
Oh shit. Okay. Well, if you ask Jayant, he's definitely gonna say that he's the dad, but that is not the case.
I am the one in the band who gets nervous. Like I'm never confident. I love what we do, but before releasing, I'm not sure if this is gonna work.
This answer changes with what we're talking about. In terms of where we can go as a band, I think Rahul is the most ambitious. Jayant tends to be a bit more conservative, and I'm in the middle. It's about balancing both of them, honestly. That's most of my job. You know, it depends on the situation. If we need something to be very positive, I will let Rahul's energy take over everything. And if we need to calm ourselves a bit, I let Jayant pull us down slightly. So that's how things work. शुरू से सुने? I think the last update you had from us was documentary-wise was from, of course, 2019. But what happened after that? Do you guys want to elaborate?
COVID happened after that.
We thought the best way to spend our time would be to make our debut album.
So everyone was like, you're selling out shows with 3 singles. Think about an album.
Yeah.
You know, we always were like, yeah, we know best, we know best. Yeah.
Like what happened was that Karan also took an inspiration trip to Dehradun and worked on instrumentals there.
It wasn't an inspiration trip, dude. Come on.
What?
It was a get away from everything to finish this trip.
Inspiration.
We've done everything ourselves, shot all of our videos, edited them, mixing, mastering, production, everything was done by, our own self. We always believed that we'll be a band that only releases singles.
Yeah.
And then when, when we dropped the album, we were like, oh, we understood what the power of an album is. Since it was an independent release, we still needed to work with some distributor, but that did not happen. It was a very disorganized release. And for some reason, the distributor blamed us. We were really banking on this release to be a big bang in the industry, which it still did, besides the fact that it was a half release, I would say. Because the physical sales did not count at the same time as the digital sales, which essentially it halved our recorded sales in the first week, which matters a lot in the industry.
We were doing constant live streams, and again, the support we get from all our supporters is so, we were upfront with them after a point, this has happened, and we need those digital sales as well. And again, the love we got after that was unreal.
We're lucky that we've had supporters on Patreon. We've had really generous, supporters in general who'd, buy merch, stream music, or just the word of mouth side, because everything up till now has been organic.
There were people, like I'm talking about individual people, who bought 100 copies of the album.
Yeah.
We hit very good numbers on the UK charts, on Billboard, the iTunes. We were #1 on Bandcamp, we were #1 on Amazon. They call themselves the Brave Ones because we have a song called Jivire, which means live brave. So we didn't name them anything because that would be very... They're the best, they're the best. They've been there since the beginning and they're still there. I think the first tour was the festival tour.
Yeah, 2022.
Yeah, so that was our first time doing a festival run, which is basically what it sounds like, a series of festivals. The whole theme of that festival run was that we were opening for festivals and a lot of them had their biggest openings yet. We were the only independent band on main stage lineups for Download, for Hellfest, for all of the biggest festivals out there.
Officials there who were working on the festival said that the last time they saw this was when Foo Fighters opened the stage.
Make some fucking noise!
So this happened with many of those festivals, but the one that really sticks out is Summer Breeze.
Yeah.
It was the first time we saw the wave of, the wave of people jumping.
Jump!
But Summer Breeze was like rolling thunder, like from start to finish, everyone's moving. You can't see a single person stationary, and especially at Machi Bazaar, it's like the pinnacle. There's like a wave of people just jumping, dust clouds going up in the air.
We are Bloodywood! Thank you!
Brutal assault in Czech Republic, right? Vishesh and I went to take a Shah, and the festival had kind of set up this makeshift public Shah. And I told Vishesh, please stand outside and keep the door closed. I remember entering the shower and there was this weird bird's nest on the drain, okay? I thought, why is a bird's nest here? And then I realized that those are blonde pubes. We played too close to like 150 cities all over the world.
Our promoter in Tokyo shared this screenshot from Twitter with us where this restaurant owner had put a sign out saying, "Sorry for the inconvenience, the restaurant is closed, I'm going to see an Indian metal band."
We celebrated our first ever Holi away from home in Amsterdam. During that show, we filled up balloons, distributed it to the people, everyone threw it around, we had a great night, did not miss home at all, thanks to the amazing people there.
So one of the things that happened in the past 2 years of touring was that we started off in the smallest van made by man. There was no scope of lying down flat or anything like that. We had to sit, go to the venue, play the show. How many cities was that? I think about 13 cities across US. For 20 days we were in that little van. But then we ended on the highest note possible, which was of course a full-on band bus or a tour bus. It had fucking 99 ACs and 16 bunks. There was a room at the back. It was called the Orange Crush. It was the most easiest tour we've done till date, and we really got to appreciate how much a bus makes a tour easy. Yeah, and how much sleep matters.
3 TV screens, not one.
Yeah, there were 3 TV screens, and because we were in the US, all 3 TVs had 24/7 porn and just binge all night, but none of us did that. Yeah.
We did not.
Yeah.
We'd come off the back of a massive year-long tour, like our biggest run yet, played some huge shows. So we were very much at the center of people's attention.
It kind of felt like the right point that we need to now, sit down and work on more new music, and that's what we did. So we came back, we took like a small break, and then we straight up went into the album, and like Karan started finishing the instrumentals, we started sending our inputs in.
Ready, set, put your hands up now, go! Everybody go for gold! Never rock to the rhythm of the...
Thankfully demos के ज़्यादा changes नहीं हुए, the demos were nice. अब तो ये ऑफ लग रहा है पूरा। क्या? मेरे को तो स्टार्टिंग पूरी ऑफ लग रही है अब।
क्या कह रहा तू? रातों से डरा दे।
बात करने ज्ञान।
ओए होए।
It's a growing situation. People aren't into metal that much in India. It's a very Bollywood dominated industry, and pop music coming right after.
So, generally the thing with India is we're a bit slow to catch up on things. So we feel that's true with our fan base here as well, which is why in the next few years we may also be in the news like Diljit is.
Yeah, I mean, we played to a bigger crowd than him.
Now the thing is that you can always do things independently, and we did that for most of our careers. This is a new step for us.
Since day one, from making music to shooting videos to like how to promote it, we never purchased ads. We did not have to, because it was working organically thanks to everyone who's supported us. But all of these things, like what time to post, to everything, we've done on our own. So we are used to overseeing every little detail.
You'd seen that and saw that the note was high, I remember. There's something which you showed me, the tune toned down.
But the music industry is still very much a people's game. People need to know each other to get things done. We wanted to see how far we can push what we've made with a whole team behind us.
It's more like we'll do what we did last time, we'll do it better, but now we'll have a label to amplify it. And luckily, we signed with Fearless Records, and with them it was a lot about the vibe, the energy of the people we were speaking to.
It's our baby. It's our second child. So we are very passionate about what we're doing, and we want someone as passionate to just like be a collaborator, that I believe in your music and we're going to put it out there and make sure that it does what it's supposed to do.
There's a saying in the industry that you have your whole life to make your first album, but you have only like 2 years to make your second. So, you know, you can spend your entire life coming up with the best album ever, but with the pace of things today, you know, people need new music right now.
अरे जो चिपक गया कर नहीं हो गया
तुक से किया क्या?
नहीं भाई नहीं माँ का वापस है इसकी अब लाइन सीधी करेंगे ना माँ का वापस
Wow. Before we set out on writing anything, we first decide on what we want to talk about. Because I feel, you know, music is, all forms of art is storytelling. So once we have that down, that's when I start to put music to that story.
So, like, we never changed the recipe. Like, from the first day, it's more like Karan will make the instrumental, or at least the instrumental up to the first chorus. So it'll be like one verse and a chorus and the intro of the song. And then we'll all sit and discuss what this song is feeling like.
अल्लाह बोल वाला जो कोरस के एंड वाला है ना जो कोरस के एंड है वो पता नहीं क्यों ऑफ टाइम लग रहा है मेरे को कोरस का एंड
We've always been fed this idea. If you're a millennial, you know, Indian, you know that everyone's, you know, your parents, your education system, everyone's fed this idea to you that everything's better in the West. But in all our travels, we've played to close to like 150 cities all over the world. My appreciation for where we come from has only, you know, increased with every city I've been to.
The first thought behind it was we'd seen a random story, and I think we were playing in Chicago, and someone had said New Delhi in the house tonight, like new, like the way you write new metal, like New Delhi. And we were all like, yo, that sounds really fucking awesome, and we're like, this could be the next album's name.
I was informed about the name. I was like, yo, what if we call this album New Delhi? I was like, jiska bhi aaye, perfect. When people ask us what genre you guys are, like we're metal tikka masala. So they're gonna feel that heat in this album because we've got songs for every sort of mood at this point.
My hopes for this album is that it would change the perception of India to a certain degree amongst people who listen to our music or listen to heavy music in general. And we want to break certain stereotypes that exist when it comes to India and Indians in general. If we can achieve even a fraction of that, I would consider it to be a success. We wanted this album to be more about where we come from and our story, because, you know, we get the same questions from most people when we travel outside. How do you guys manage this? How are you from India? Is there a music scene in India? How are you guys, you know, jumping around for 60 minutes throughout your set? And the answer is always needed.
Aha, back where it all began.
Yeah. We made this place famous.
Yeah.
Kidding. Nice little trip down the memory lane.
Fuck you.
Music to my ears. Surprisingly, this is the spot where Rahul and Jayant met for the first time.
Yeah, right here.
So the reason we are at this place is this is where it sort of started. This is where we basically officially introduced to the world with what we're doing with the sound Indian folk metal. So this is also the place where I met Rahul for the first time while shooting Ari Ari, and three of us officially, like, together, we were at the same place.
It was my master plan.
if the first album was a mission statement, this is about who we are behind the mission. The mission is the same, but now we're going to show you our home and everything that makes us the people we are.
मजे I love this city because the grind never ends here. People are too straightforward. That means like if you talk to them with love and respect, that's what you will get tenfold extra. But at the same time, if you being a dick, then you'll get a very massive one. We've got Qutub Minar by the way.
Delhi is basically, you know, the world on steroids. Like everything is at 1000% all the time. But at the same time, you know, if you want time to slow down to a complete halt, you can come to places like these. If you want like life to be at breakneck speed, just fucking step on the road. It's literally a stone's throw away. So it's a constant contrast, and that's what our album is also like, you know. That's how we also write music. There'll be like super heavy, super fast parts, and suddenly there'll be something that will make people go, that's not good songwriting. For a very macro picture, this album is about New Delhi entering the chart. That's how we'd like to make a statement with this particular album, that, you know, we're here and we're here to stay.
A message to the world from New Delhi.
Nai Delhi.
Nai Delhi. अच्छा album name भी तो वही है ना?
हाँ, New Delhi. बोल दिया 50 बार बोल दिया यार.
अच्छा मेरे
New Delhi!
चलो बहुत पसीना आ रहा है, वैसे निकले हाथ से.
चलो ये भी दिल्ली है, गर्मी बहुत होती है.
You met Rahul here for the first time, Daddy.
ना देखने से अगर इधर से घुस पाए ना, यहाँ पे वो करता था ना मैं पेडलिंग.
हाँ.
सिगरेट होती.
साइकिल पेडल कर लेता.
साइकिल पेडल
सही होता तेरे लिए.
वाह बहन के लौड़े.
धड़ाक.
अभी जो भी मेरे पास है ना वो सब चीजों पे कैंसिल हो रहा हूँ मैं. तो मैं बोल ही नहीं पाया. कैमरा हटाइए, राउंड बंद कर जरा, मैं फिर बात करूँ ढंग से.
नहीं कर पाएगा, कैमरा ऑन रखियो.
भाई इतनी सारी चीजें.